Hey class, in this video I'm going to teach you how to complete the Easter event costs spreadsheet. So what you're going to want to do is enter your items here, how much they cost per item, and then the quantity. And then I'll show you how to build some formulas in here so it can automatically update your answers. So for example, say you wanted to provide Kinder eggs for your students. So then I would put Kinder eggs. I just clicked on the cell with my mouse and then I typed in the text Kinder eggs. I'm going to open a new tab. I'm going to type Superstore and I will click that link. Awesome. So it has pickup at Seton. That's good. That's a local one. So I'm going to type in Kinder eggs. Let's see if we can get those. Okay, they have it. So we want to do this one, I guess. Oh no, that one says it's on sale, but maybe we'll just go with the regular Kinder Surprise. So Kinder Surprise, we can see that that's $1.50 per Kinder egg. So at this point, I'm going to click that one. I am going to click the link up top, press Control-C to copy, and then I'm going to come back into the spreadsheet. I'm going to press Control-V to paste it into the space. Now when you paste it, it's going to look like this. And you're going to think, oh no, it's overlapping into my other cells. But that's okay. You just click the cell and you come up to this little button that says Text Wrapping. Click the arrow and clip. So now it's a nice clip. It fits inside the cell. Now we remember that the per item cost for a Kinder egg is $1.50. So we type in 1.5. And then we've got $1.50 in there, and we're gonna need, oh man, we got a lot of little kids, so let's say we'll get 80 Kinder eggs. Now, here's the problem. It shows the quantity and the per item cost, but we still don't know how much it's gonna cost us total or per item. So what's costing us the most or how much it's gonna cost overall. So what we could do, obviously, is we could just multiply this using a calculator outside of the spreadsheet, or in our head on this one. So it's $3.29 times 10. You know that that's going to be $32.90. And then we could press there and we could make it, this little $ button would turn it into a currency. So that's okay. And then over here we would say, oh, $32.90, and we would add that to our total cost, make that our total cost so far. But we can save a lot of work for ourselves. What we'll do instead is we will erase this total that we manually calculated, and instead we will enter a formula, what is called a formula here. So in Google Sheets you should be seeing this thing that's F2, and it's a formula bar. It's showing E2, that's the cell that you're working with. All these little boxes in a spreadsheet are called cells. So look at E2, we're making a formula. So to make a formula, the first thing that you need is an equal sign. So I'll type an equal sign, and look, it already knows the formula I want to make. Smart. So it's saying, hey, do you want to make the formula C2, so that's this cell, times D2, and then give you the result in cell E2? And I'm like, yes, I do. So I can hit tab on my keyboard and accept that formula. But what about this one? It didn't do the same thing. So what I want to do again is type equals, and look, it gives me the same option. So it knows now this is probably what he wants to do. But what I'm going to do to make it easier for myself in the future is, oh, there I made a mistake. So anytime you make a mistake, just click escape, and it'll just be as if you never started. So instead of going through and clicking each time I need to make this formula, I'm just going to select the top formula and drag it down. And now you see, it'll tell you it's getting zeros here because there's no numbers in these cells. But if we wanted it to be, we could type 5 in here and 6 in here. It would give us $30. So you can see right away how this would be useful. Like, let's say later on you decided, no, I want 99 Kinder Eggs. It'll automatically update that for you. So you don't have to go in and do it each time manually. And you could do hard math, like it could be, something like this multiplied by this, and it'll still give you the answer. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to have it figure out our total cost for us. It's got Kinder Eggs and apple juice. Let's say this is all we're going to buy. It's going to be Sugar Central. So we would have to manually add these two numbers together to get the total cost. But what happens if we fill this whole list? That's going to be a lot of adding. And if we make one mistake, then who knows? Could be a total disaster. We wouldn't have enough Kinder Eggs for these little kids. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to use our old pal, the equal sign again. You just type equals. And here it's not giving us the right formula. It's saying, oh, well, why don't you multiply E2 by C2 to get this answer? I don't want to do that. It doesn't mean anything to multiply those two numbers. What I do want to do is I want to add up all the numbers in this entire column. And when you do that in a spreadsheet, it's called summing. So I'll type sum, and then look, it's saying, oh, I'm starting to get it, but it's still not accurate. It's saying, oh, you want to add these two numbers together? No, I don't. I'm going to put a parenthesis there, and I'm going to say I want to add E2 by all of these E's. Perfect. So now I'll put it out over, again, it looks like I have to do that again because I clicked something before I finished. So I'm going to do that, reselect the column. I'm going to add a closing parenthesis and then hit enter. So now it's got my total cost. So whenever we enter something and it calculates in here, it's going to add it to this column. So if you watch, I'll go 3.4 and I want 25 of those. So it changes to 85 here, and then it became larger up here. So watch what happens if I delete a number. Same thing, right? Then it goes back to what it was before, and this disappears. Okay, so one final thing that you can do to tweak your spreadsheet is check this scenario out. So if we go down below the zeros, we see that if we enter two numbers in here, that we don't get an auto calculate because there's no formula in there. So first of all, we would have to drag that down like this so that it calculates there, but it's not adding it to the total cost. Weird. So we can see that if we take it away, this doesn't change up here. So the reason why that isn't changing is because we have a limit on our formula. It says E2 through E27, and we're in E28. So what we can do instead to make it add up any item in this column forever, no matter what we do to change the sheets, is we go into the total cost cell, which is F2, and we delete those numbers after E. So now you see that it highlights the entire column. And no matter where we put a number, so right now we have 401.40. If we add $1,000 down here, it'll add it to the total cost. So that's how I'd like you to do your spreadsheet. I want you to enter each item here, put a link here, put the per item cost and the quantity, and then have it auto-calculate here and auto-calculate here.